1 second. Just gonna get my
Good.
voice out. Okay. So 1 second. Okay, perfect. So what were some things that went well in the game and things that the team and the players did well?
I thought our defense was really together for most every possession. They were talking, they were communicating. So I'd like to see the way we turned up the heat on defense. Offensively, I thought even when we had maybe a bad possession, we stuck together and we moved on next play. What do you guys think?
I would say the same thing, like sticking together, having each other's backs. I thought that was like the big difference for us, especially when we were forced some turnovers. We also forced them into a lot as well.
Yeah, I also just think the girls always hustle, so that helps and like cancels out the mistakes sometimes.
Yeah. And then, so what were some turning points in the game that you think really solidified the win? And then what was it like having during, I think it was the fourth quarter, having a 19-point lead in the game? How did that feel?
Oh, it felt good to have a 19-point lead. I also think it kind of was one of those games where our defense really sparked our offense. So when we were causing turnovers and moving together as one on the defensive end, we were able to grab and push our primary offense and get some points off turnovers. And I think that's kind of one thing our team loves is when our defense can translate into easy offense.
I agree. And I think we also could have capitalized a lot more because I think a lot of the transition, we kind of like turned it over as well, or like just hit it out of bounds, like missed the shot. So yeah, we missed a lot of easy ones too.
And then, so who were some key or standout players that really solidified the sweep against the Friars?
Well, I'm pretty sure that's these guys sitting next to
Hey,
me.
you guys, I was watching like the stats and like watching the game, and it was awesome. So
Yeah, I think Teya, she's so well poised around the basket and can also shoot from the outside. So kind of, she's always like a calming presence, I think, when she has the ball in her hands. And then Todd here just turned it up on defense and played so hard. And then that kind of just sparked us on the defensive end. And then she did a nice job handling the pressure on the offensive end. Sometimes she had to play the one. So I think that both these players did a really good job handling the pressure, playing within themselves, and just taking care of business. And I thought, Kayla Zama was a big spark off the bench, came in ready to play, ready to do what she needed to do. And then everybody else just played key roles. You can tell from the stat sheet, everybody had their part.
And then how did it feel as a player to lead by such a great margin? Like kind of what was going through your head when you had that momentum and you kept getting more and more points on the board?
Just keep going. Don't stop. Yeah, this is everything we practice. We went hard for these couple last days of practice after a tough loss. So just getting it back.
Yeah, I think we know what we're capable of, and especially after like Ohio State, they're a great team, and so kind of just coming back after that loss.
Definitely. And then, so even though it was a great game, are there any things that you want to like improve on for the next game or kind of change in your play?
I think our offense kind of slowing it down at times. I think we could have capitalized on so much more in this game, and yeah, could have still been a big difference.
And then I think on defense being more what's that word for everything's in the right position, like
unison.
Like you know what it'll come to me.
On point?
On point. Yes, on point. That's a good synonym. Being more on point on defense.
All right. Perfect.
Yeah, and I think definitely with what Todd's saying, our offense, we have a flow to it, and I don't think we got into that flow in the spacing of our offense very well. But that's probably a credit to how Providence played, and they switched us into a zone for a little bit of the game and things like that. So, credit to them for playing some mismatched defenses.
Great. Well, that's all I got. Thank you so much. Congrats on the win.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Coach, kind of building off that with the the spacing or when Providence switched to a zone. I guess I'll just start with when they did that. How do you then have to kind of over adjust, or do you just kind of keep pounding away with your offense to because you're shooting 50-odd%? Does it just keep flowing?
Yeah, I think we have some, our offense changes just a little versus zone. So we just, I think in the first half when they went to it, they were on the other end and they really couldn't hear, hence my voice, us trying to yell like what to get in. And so we looked a little disheveled for maybe a possession or two. And I think once they, as a team, figure out, oh, they're in a 1-2-2 zone, let's just, move on and play like what we do best versus zone. It looked fine.
Single game record for the team for steals. I know that the defense is such a point of emphasis, but for your players, I mean, how does that all come together? And then is there a part where you just keep seeing the ball and turns into a beach ball and you're just able to get those swipes?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think just keep being aggressive. For me, I know when I have my hands out, I have like a kind of a long wingspan. So I think I got a lot of tips on the balls that my other teammates were able to pick up and just go down the court.
I think that, both of these players and pretty much almost everyone on our team does a really good job of anticipating and just using their athleticism. But I think the big thing that as coaches, we like to say is staying locked in. And that's what I noticed today over every game that we've played thus far, is that our ability to continue to lock in no matter what was happening on the offensive end was pretty crucial. And I was impressed with that.
And then just there are 2 wins now after that are, I don't want to call them bounce backs, but you come back out of a loss and you get the win. How important is it to just be able to drop that memory and move past it and get those wins, in light of the fact that you're coming off of a loss to then maybe generate some positive momentum?
I think it's very important. I think we play a lot of games in a short period of time. So the quick turnaround is important for everybody to stay engaged in practice. So next game, we have those losses, we're able to come with the win.
Mm-hmm. Agreed. Testament to these guys is stick-to-itiveness and their relentlessness. That's what we're trying to. We talked about changing our identity a little bit as a team, or not really changing, but growing into the identity that we want. And we really want to be a relentless team on the defensive end.
So I know the Threads this was the first time wearing these uniforms. I got to ask, do we love them?
Yeah.
They look sharp, don't they?
They look good. I like the alternate color. This is my second most hard-hitting question of the night is, you don't play again until Friday. What's on the table on Thursday? What are we looking forward to on a Thanksgiving dinner? I know you got to play the next day.
So we'll be in Florida. We'll see, but it should be something good.
All right.
We'll try not to eat ourselves out of a win.
Yeah, don't have a turkey nap in the first half against.
Hopefully they got good gravy.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dan.